we were like, shit, what are we gonna do? From one house to 600 rooms.
Winning the HMO awards twice.
To growing a team of 8.
And now moving into a high street office.
And being the fastest growing HMO agency in Liverpool.
You've been crying now.
Joe, I've just yawned. I was thinking, is that going to show?
You go first to say, I'm Joe, co-founder or director, whatever you want to say, and then...
But do you reckon sounds better, co-founder or director?
You said to me, say director, and then come in and say co-founder.
Because you'd have said co-founder, so I repeated it.
And I agree, so that's 2 against 1, so...
I always say like a co-founder is what you are, but a director is your role. We're Cosi Living, HMO management company in Liverpool. I'm Joe, managing director.
And I'm Liv, operations director. We started the business just coming out of the second lockdown, which was such a crazy time to start a business, but we never knew any different. We'd always worked together, which is where we met.
I think at the time we knew we wanted like something of our own, whether it was going to be like a single property or like a business.
Because we were furloughed, we had so much time to learn everything we needed to know about property, and then we ended up getting our first house whilst we'd then gone back to work, so we were trying to juggle the day job as well as renovate this huge 10-bedroom property all by ourselves, which in the end led to us both getting sacked on the same day. We were like, right, we need to make this work, and because it was a contracting job, they basically sent out a list that it was just ruthless. They could let you go at any point. Joe thought, I'll be all right. I reckon I'll stay for a couple of more months and you can look after the business. My name was Faye, so I was like, I'm gone. And then I got to the bottom and I was like, so are you? And we were like, shit. What are we going to do?
But at the time, we were like rewriting our CVs and everything, thinking, I was messaging old managers like, have you got any jobs? Like, we literally need something.
We had a whiteboard and we actually had a list of our outgoings because we knew, right, house number 1 will pay for X, house number 2 will pay for this. And we actually had a full-blown conversation about Joe's haircut, which was £15. So I was like, look, I'll not get my hair done. It's all right. Going out and meeting landlords, you can't look scruffy, so we're going to have to put that in the budget. So that was literally food, car, keep, Joe's haircut. But
I'm walking out the house like this. She's got hair.
Not in here. So obviously this is the main bit in here, isn't it? We're just trying to figure out the layout. Oh, step more.
I'm imagining this being like an imaginary line between that part and there, and that being like what we welcome people in, some sort of seating area. And we're going to work over here somewhere.
It's just hard because we want to get the layout right from the start, but the office, like the banks we've got in the office now, we just don't feel like they'll fit here, do we? And we still need somewhere there where people come in often and say, oh, what rooms have you got available, or landlords popping in, so we want somewhere we can go take a seat and have like maybe like a fridge over there with some like drinks and stuff like that. I wouldn't even say we have a work-life balance, to be honest.
Like I said earlier, like we're dealing with property, so we can't say, well, we finish at 5, see you later. Kind of takes the choice away from you as well, doesn't it?
And it's not as if we want a break. I mean, it doesn't hit 5 and I think, oh, can't be bothered. I want to put my feet up and watch telly. I'd rather be making sure that the tenants are okay, so I'm working out what needs to be done tomorrow, and also be trying to get more houses. It's
mad though, because I actually think if I could give anyone advice, it would be to have a work-life balance, do you know what I mean? Even myself need someone to tell me, you need to stop now, do you know what I mean? You need to actually do something. I just see myself there, you know, like looking back at myself there, that's probably taking in so much noise from other people, see how hard we work and telling us stop balance, and I'm starting to believe what they're telling me. I know. But I wouldn't change a thing, and I wouldn't. I don't think that same advice applies now. If
you love something, it doesn't feel like work, so when I get up and go into work, I'm not like, oh, Monday's come round, I've got to do work. It feels like we're part of a journey of growing something that we want to grow. And I think when family will say, oh, take the time off, have you not got anyone else who can answer that phone? I'm like, not about that yet. We've built a team. We don't necessarily have to go in, but we want to go in because we want more than what we've got now.
You've not got unlimited capacity. So how can you utilise other people's capacity, but at the same time, be more efficient with where you're putting your time? And actually, it might be more beneficial to put an hour of the day into training hard because you put your mental state ready to work. Whereas I think at the time, we probably were sacrificing workouts because everything was about work.
And I think as well, I was definitely guilty of doing this, is just going, I'll just do it and figure it out later. Now I'm learning that actually if I just do it all, we're never gonna grow without us there. Spending the time actually going, right, I'm going to have 2 hours out and I'm gonna write the process is actually way more beneficial than me just doing it.
I think one person will sit in here we spoke about like rotating and everything, haven't we? And
Yeah. So we got this one in here. And then through here,
through this one over
be
here.
our little coffee station, won't it?
Yeah.
Coffee machine and everything on there. We kind of imagine this as like a big, massive
Meeting room.
eating room, to a big, huge table in here, but we're the team and we can have our lunch and everything, or if landlords come in, we can have meetings because we've got the TV and that.
I'd like to be known by people that don't know us personally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People to know of JO Property Group. I'd like to be planning towards the next thing, like maybe the next place we go to, kind of thing.
I just said I'd like to have doubled the portfolio, bought 2 houses. You've gone at more
Different
with
route.
that. Yeah.
That's more personal goals, but then it's almost exactly the same. Like we
Personal
both
goals
thought that though.
are the exact same, yeah. And then
We
business
want
goals.
to almost be in a position where we've got our own investment house and we're looking towards moving into something together.
Yeah, I don't know, because I gave more of like a personal goal, didn't I, to double the portfolio a little bit, and then for us to buy a house. That's changed. So, yeah, we've obviously doubled the portfolio.
Like we always talk about like part of what we want to do in Liverpool is like being everyone's top 3 conversation, and there where I'm saying be known, it kind of sounds egotistical, but at the same time it's coming back to like that actually means just having an impact, so then people are aware of who we are in the space.
Yeah.
Whereas in my mind at the time I just want to be known, but the reality of that means if we're known we're doing something right.
And it's actually quite nice to know at that point, like if you'd have told those 2 people where we are today, we've actually achieved that. What we'd have always hoped for when no one knew who we were was everything that we are today, and we still don't feel that we're done. Like we've always liked the phrase like that we've heard before of like world-class basics, and that is something that we do really, really well. So much so we probably do bigger things that could probably be better, but the basics are always like calling tenants, housemates, making sure that someone's customer journey or experience is better than other agents, and them little basic things that have then helped us build relationships in the tenants kind of community. Also knowing that landlords deserve a better service than honestly most agents provide them.
They're very careful about attracting the right kind of tenants, and they're very good at maintaining the properties.
Best decision I've made, and I'm not just blowing smoke up their arse. It's the best decision I've made.
It's that trustworthy one-on-one relationship, and getting those things right, I think, is something that's always been dead important to us.
The real journey started with Cosi. Before it, we were just like trying to not be someone that we weren't and trying to learn. We were almost trying to fit into the mould. And in Cosi, it's like, fuck this is who we are. Like in terms of like what we were. Like I've got a picture where our cleaners couldn't get to a property one day. You sent me to clean this room, and I'm stood there in me shift flickers and a pair of pants and a shirt cleaning this like little small room. And I remember listening to a buff once, I think it's 50 Cent's buff, and he says, if you're new to the game and stuff like that, you should dress up. Whereas if you bring all this knowledge and experience, you can wear what you want, talk how you talk.
Yeah.
Because it's what's in there that's going to kind of make the sale. But if you haven't got all that experience, you need to kind of show up, and I think that's who we were trying to be at the time.
Yeah, because initially we got like photos for our emails in like one of our houses, and we were like suited and booted. Like the team laugh at the pictures now when we show them, and me and Joe like with our arms crossed next to each other, like we were like applying for like The Apprentice. Yeah. And then I think it was when we then decided, actually scrap this is not what we are, and it's not who we want to be. Let's just be us. And then that's when we obviously then eventually made the decision to rebrand, and that's when like Cosi now is like we know exactly what the brand is.
Even just in terms of like the day-to-day though, it works better.
1,000,000%.
Like at the moment, the kitchen is kind of our meeting room, so if we'll be having an important meeting, and next minute someone's making a coffee and making a piece of toast.
We're all dead excited to move in. We were a bit like, right, we're not moving in until it's completely done. And now we're like,
We'll be in here on Monday.